Madam Secretary, we now have the hearing from the open mic speakers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good morning. The Dallas City Council will now hear its first 5 registered speakers. I'll recite the speaker guidelines. Speakers must observe the same rules of propriety, decorum, and good conduct applicable to members of the City Council. Any speaker making personal, impertinent, profane, or slanderous remarks, or who becomes boisterous while addressing the City Council, will be removed from the room for those individuals who are in person. For those virtual speakers, you will be removed from the session. Individuals on this morning will be given 2 minutes to speak. For those in-person speakers, the time is on the monitor at the podium. When your time is up, please stop. For those virtual speakers, I will announce when your time has expired. Also, speakers, please be mindful that during your public comment, you are not allowed to address a City Council member by name. Please address your comments to Mayor Atkins only. Your first speaker has canceled, Armand Arashvand. Therefore, your first speaker will be Regina Imbergia.
To clarify, did you say we have 2 minutes?
That is correct, 2 minutes.
Good morning, Mayor. I'm Regina Imbergia in the 14th District. If fluoridation is so safe and effective, why do the pro-fluoridation advocates have to resort to name-calling? They're still calling us conspiracy theorists for believing it is not a good idea to swallow the fluoride. The conspiracy theorist label was created during the JFK assassination years. How many people today believe the lone gun theory? We have been coming with science and facts for years, trying to get the City Council to vote to save the money and stop putting a toxic waste in our water. Everywhere I go, if I have my sign on, people will say, and I bet 50% of this audience knows, you shouldn't drink the fluoride. Professor Bruce Lamphere is a public health physician and pediatric epidemiologist that specializes in environmental exposures, including lead and the other toxic chemicals like fluoride. He came to the Quality of Life Committee meeting to give a presentation, and he didn't come. He did it virtual, and it came through just fine. Then John Sandelin came. He's a doctor who came from Fort Worth to come and talk about it, and he also, I'm trying to scale this down, and then the meeting was abruptly ended, and nobody asked any questions of these doctors who were right there to answer questions about whether it's toxic and safe or not. What I'm wondering is, why do they want to stop the conversation about fluoridation? The science is clear, plus a memorandum has 44, it's the last 44 pages of the memorandum in item D is all about the science, about why it is a big risk. The risk benefit is not there. And there needs to be more questions. It needs to be exposed more. District 7 and District 11 want to stop the conversation, and District 13 was the one that caused some of the abruption why we didn't get the questions asked. Thank you very much.
Joe Stokes.
Joe Stokes, District 9. Please look and listen. Everybody knows that big pharma giant Johnson & Johnson has had tens of thousands of lawsuits filed against them over a long list of harmful products and unethical practices. Throughout these lawsuits, J&J would strain to discredit and denigrate the opposition. The J&J marketing arm would often distort and twist the facts with the intent of shaping a narrative. J&J's marketing arm excelled at deception while deliberately omitting important information. J&J knows that shaping a narrative, creating a public concept, often wins out over facts and truth. Some politicians use the same J&J deceptive tactics. On November 7th, Dallas had the opportunity to hear from doctors opposed to water fluoridation, a world-renowned scientist, a 35-year dentist, and a local practicing medical doctor. These presentations were rushed along by the Quality of Life chairman so there would be more time for questions and answers. But prior to the questions, District 13 council member, a former employee of J&J in the marketing department, created some intentional deception to create a narrative for the local media to pick up. The chairman encouraged this deception, and then the chairman went on to elaborate when he was not in the horseshoe by saying arguments raised against fluoride are scare tactics and conspiracy theories. It's not a conspiracy theory to say risk exists with Dallas water fluoridation. The scientific literature is very clear on that. In the official Dallas Water Utilities memorandum about the 2 community fluoridation briefings, the last 44 pages is complete with studies and facts submitted by doctors opposing fluoridation. There is an abundance of scientific peer-reviewed literature from respected institutions published in premier science journals which demonstrate health risks from water fluoridation, including the Environmental Protection Agency. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Linda Newland.
Good day. My name is Linda Newland from District 7. I'm here today to tell you about my council person. When he was running for office, he was all for stopping fluoridation.
We're not allowed to talk.
We
Sorry,
have
point of order,
video
Mr.
proof
Mayor.
of that. After he was elected and we questioned him
One second,
about
Ms.
it,
Newland. Ms.
he
Newland?
would say,
Ms.
trust
Newland?
me.
We're not allowed to reference any particular council
D7
member.
has sent a statement.
Excuse me,
It's
excuse me,
overall
hold on.
unharmful.
Hold on for a second.
Will continue bring levels of fluoride to.
Begin.
I didn't hear her. Sorry. What?
Tell her, Billy.
Point of order, Mr. Mayor. Speakers
Refrain.
are not allowed to reference individual council members.
Thank you.
Okay. You may continue.
You got go. Let's go.
You may
Complete.
continue, Ms. Newland.
Thank you, Bill.
Do I start over or what?
Just start it right
you may
there. Go ahead and
continue.
start it.
I can't hear you. What? My time is ticking, and that's not fair.
It's not ticking. It was paused. You may continue.
Okay, on TV WFAA Inside Texas Politics, D7 confessed he's neither a doctor nor a dentist. D7 even made reference that those that speak against fluoridation are conspiracy theorists. I guess that also applies to the doctors who wrote this book, The Case Against Fluoride, how hazardous waste ended up in our drinking water and the powerful politics that keep it there. Don't y'all know Highland Park gets water where Dallas gets water, but they don't fluoride? Don't y'all know the best way to prevent cavities is to eat good foods and to brush your teeth? Don't you know the best choice is personal choice, not choice made by someone else for you, such as the CDC or the Dallas Council? It is deceptive to say fluoridation is safe. Studies have demonstrated ingesting fluoride produces unreasonable risk. 8 on the council can vote to stop fluoridation today. It's unsafe. Stop it, please.
That's your time. Thank you. Stephen Priest.
Okay. No applause. Thank you.